Hey everyone, back in Cornwall after a year ago when we went to Trevenick, UK. Did a very long vlog there, but is there any need for a fourth one despite us doing like everything here at this campsite? Maybe not, but there's a few things missing out that I want to try to do in Cornwall. Today we're going to be heading over to Bodmin to go to a famous prison that used to be a jail, but that's now been abandoned and now turned into a museum, which is something that we should try checking out today. So we're just going to get ourselves all ready. I'm already prepared with the glasses. I'm glad the sun's out and at least the rain is not ruining this as it always is, since the weather was crap recently. But it's nice to see the sun back out. But without any further ado, we're going to jump in the car now and we'll head over to Bodmin. And here we go with the next 3 vlogs coming to you from Cornwall, and the first of which will be coming from Bodmin Prison, which we are heading there now. And we just gotta appreciate the views that we get on the A30, as the views along this A road is absolutely magnificent, although we're only on it for like 10 miles. The drive took about 40 minutes to get from Trevenick, and just that same amount of minutes later we have made it to Bodmin Prison. Right, so we've just parked the car now and we're walking over to the prison, which used to be a prison, but by the looks of it when we drove past it, it was a hotel and museum mixed. But we'll see what it's like when we go inside of here and we'll take a look around. Walking over to the main entrance, and we can also see the Bodmin Jail Hotel. You can actually stay in this historic place and it looks really nice already from the outside. On the other side now, we should be able to see the entrance to Bodmin Prison. And we're now entering inside Bodmin Jail, and straight away it's already given me Warwick Castle vibes because of the historic building itself. We're now ready to go inside Bodmin Jail. This will take us back through all of the years of Bodmin Prison. For obvious reasons I cannot record for shows, but after the courtroom scene I managed to get a couple of clips of what was inside. So let's skip to the jail part. And this is after the courtroom scene in the show, so you are free to have a look around for most of your time and see what Bodmin Jail is like. Bearing in mind that some of the rooms were quite dark, so I had to turn on a flashlight for this. Also, feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to read any of the text that will be displayed on the screens. And yes, no joke, there was also little kids in this prison. I bet that lies were how. This is what one of the beds look like in the prison, and I would definitely not fit in that. Neither would anyone would, but just for the little kids I assume. This room can have animals staying in here, and yeah, horses used to be in this particular cell due to the hair on the floor. That is such a strange fact. Now let's play a game of what's through that little hole in the door. And the answer is an eyeball. We've now made it to the crank, and this is what it looks like as we step back. And just right next to the crank, we've got the whip machine, as we would like to call it. So basically, someone has to put their 2 feet into these holes, and then someone has to grab the belt and then whip them very hard. That's literally what it is. That's rather gutting, isn't it? And here's one of the prison cells right here in Bodmin Prison. Luckily, you will get a bright window, leftover food, I would definitely not be having that, and a bed that is very hard and it's not even comfortable to lie on. So we just had a look around for downstairs. We've walked up the stairs and we're now making our way over to the escape. And luckily, we got some bright fresh air once and for all. But that does not mean our tour here is finished. We're going back inside and there's more history to go through. We heard some scary noises as we make our way through the museum, and by the looks of it, there was a scary animal down there. But luckily, it's not one of those things that we're going to eat, since it was locked in there. Wait, did his eyes just move? Never mind, let's move on. Selena. And here's the security room with all the CCTV footage of what Bodmin Prison used to have. A lot of cameras were around the prison. here are the list of people who got arrested for their rather stupid crimes. One of them was forging a £2 note. The list of people who've gotten the death penalty and the execution chamber. And there's the outside again. We're almost at the end of our tour here at Bodmin Prison. As we make our way up the ramp, we've got one more scene of the show to go, and it shows an example of how people was hanged in this prison. And this is what it looks like after that one scene. People get hanged falling through this trapdoor.
So what we do next? Down that hole.
And that makes it the end of our tour here at Bodmin Prison as we make our way to the exit, and we're back at the start. But just before we go, we decided to have a quick look in the gift shop, where you can buy some of your own merchandise from Bodmin Prison, including some dog plushies, notebooks, a few toys, and some books. So there you have it. That's it from all of us here at Bodmin Jail. And you're not scaring me, Alan. Well, there we have it then. That was our experience finished at Bodmin Prison. Did you enjoy that?
Very good. Very nice.
Yeah, he likes it. It was something nice to do when we were away in Cornwall, just do something different that we haven't done in the last year. But that was something very nice. Managed to get a few bits and bobs in the prison. I did not manage to film the shows because we're not allowed to, but I still managed to get a couple of clips on other stuff of what was inside Bodmin Prison, the history of it, and other stuff. So it was a nice trip out to spend a couple of hours, but now I'm getting rather hungry and we're just about to head back to Trevonick. But before that, should we get a Mackie D's?
Yes, Mackie D's.
Cruising down the A30 until we find a McDonald's at a service station which is near Higher Town. But here's our food. Me and Marlo has ordered some chips along with some chicken nuggets and a burger with barbecue sauce. Surprisingly though, there was a Taco Bell in this service station, but I much prefer a Mackie D's, to be honest. Nonetheless, the food is still very delicious indeed.
They're very good and very nice.
Coming up next time from our trip over to the southwest, we meet up with the boys and we go tee off at Holywell's Bay's pitch and putting golf. 18 holes, 7 players. It's a lot of hard work to do. Stay tuned.